WrestleMania 38, night one, which is on Saturday, is the first time that we have a 2-day WrestleMania. So, and it's going to be the same for next year, which is going to be in Hollywood. So that will be interesting. I might go there. So let's see. Kevin Owens versus Stone Cold Steve Austin was the main event for the first night of WrestleMania. And it was Austin's first match in 19 years. What do you, before I say my reaction to it, I want to hear what you have to say about it.
I think the fans got exactly what they wanted, that you saw Austin handed to Owens. We knew this match was coming for weeks, the way that Owens came out and pretended to be Austin. And I think it was a couple weeks ago on SmackDown when Austin's music hit and the crowd went wild. And then it was Owens that came out dressed as Austin. So with it being in Texas as well, just the fact of seeing Austin in a WWE ring again competing was something incredible. And then also the fact that he just absolutely annihilated Owens. That's exactly what everyone wanted. And then we got to see Austin do it again the next night when he hit the stunner on Mr. McMahon.
My opinion on the Kevin Owens and Stone Cold Steve Austin match. I feel that for a guy that hasn't been in the ring in 19 years, it was a solid match. And I'm glad that they didn't make the match super long, because the reality is that Stone Cold is in his mid-50s. His neck, his back, and his knees are not the same. And you could see it in the match that he was kind of rusty in some parts. But for a guy, again, that's been out of the ring for so long, it was a solid match. So it was nice to at least give him one final match, because the last match he lost to The Rock. So at least they gave this as a good send-off. And that leads to night two. Yes, Austin appeared again and gave arguably the worst stunner ever. But
we don't talk Reigns, about that.
I just had to bring that up. I had to. The one he gave to Linda McMahon was horrendous. But then when I saw this one at WrestleMania 38, oh my God, the fact that it was on the biggest stage that it happened, I had to laugh. I really had to, but I love Austin. I'm glad that he got to stunner Pat McAfee. So at least that was a good makeup stunner. Roman Reigns, Brock Lesnar, champion versus champion. Both of us, we know wrestling too well, so we knew what the outcome was going to be. Acknowledge Roman Reigns. So he's remained champion. Now he has both belts. Did you know? No, not that did you know, but do you feel that the company is doing the right thing for making Roman Reigns champion for so long? Because at some point, the fans will get tired of seeing the same guy winning consistently, holding the belt for so long without giving up the belt. So at some point, Roman Reigns will have to job to someone else. So do you feel that this is the right move that the company is doing?
100%. Roman Reigns' title reign has been the best thing in WWE, I would say the last decade at least. It has drawn me in to watch every single week, when prior to that, I wasn't tuning in to watch every single week. I was, okay, who's the champion now? All right, fine, kind of, watching from a distance. Roman Reigns is must-see TV, and the WWE needs to ride this as long as possible. I was very nervous that they were going to give the belt to Brock, and I thought that would be utterly anticlimactic. I was also nervous that they might end the match in a disqualification and have them both keep the championships just to ride out that storyline even longer, which you can argue would be good, because then both SmackDown and Raw would have a world championship. But I am 1000% in support of Roman Reigns' championship run. When you're saying the names of who he's in the same company with, the Bruno Sammartinos, the Hulk Hogans of the world, with a championship run that's already a year and a half going, and there's nobody on the current roster that can even hold the candle to him. When you look at the names that he's beaten in this championship run, Brock Lesnar multiple times now, John Cena, Edge, Daniel Bryan, Rey Mysterio. You're talking a list of Hall of Famers, Goldberg, a who's who of WWE history, and Roman Reigns has destroyed every single one of them in his path. This is the best thing that WWE could have done. They've been losing. It feels like they've been losing momentum the last couple of years until Roman came back, pairing him with Paul Heyman, an incredible move. I want to see Roman hold the title for 3, 4, 5, 6 years. I want to see this championship run go as long as possible.
Oof. I don't know if I would say for that long to continue holding the belt, because when I grew up, and I like Roman Reigns, I love, like I told you before, I like him as a heel character. I feel that the cocky personality suits him. His pairing with Paul Heyman is phenomenal. I like that storyline with Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns. That trio of a storyline, I like it, but it comes with holding that belt. And Roman Reigns has delivered that, but unfortunately, during the Ruthless Aggression era, when Triple H, he held the World Heavyweight title from December 2002 through September 2003. Mm-hmm. At that point, like me and some people that I know were getting tired of Triple H just keeping the belt over and over and over. When in reality, when I feel that he should have lost the belt at WrestleMania 19 to Booker T, because the way that match was building up, it was in favor to Booker T. But supposedly there were rumors that during that year, particular in 2003, Triple H was burying wrestlers left and right because he didn't want a job to them. I don't know, but that's certain things that were being told.
That's a very good point. Yeah. But there were other superstars on the roster who you could argue deserve to be champion. Who deserves to be champion on the current WWE roster?
I'll say Seth Rollins could give Roman Reigns a run for it. But you know what's the thing? I mean, I don't have too much of a problem with having Roman Reigns holding the belt for so long, because the company is at a total different time compared to the Ruthless Aggression era. And I mean, like, okay, I'll say this. The wrestlers nowadays are way more athletic compared to Attitude Era, Ruthless Aggression era. But the gimmicks and the mic skills are not that impressive. So, and then when you have those two things, it makes it seem like their wrestling ability looks bad. But I mean, if I was in the company, I would have to think about it. Because did I froze up?
No, you're good. You're good. Keep going.
Okay. I mean, it's tough. It's tough. It's really tough. But again, I don't have too much of a problem with Roman Reigns holding the belt for so long. But I'm just curious, from a writer standpoint, for how long they're gonna continue to keep this up. So
you mentioned Seth Rollins. He's very interesting in this. Roman fought him for the championship once in this whole title reign. And you saw Seth come out to the Shield theme song. You saw him come out in the Shield garb with the bulletproof vest and everything. And that was the first time, and really almost only time in this championship run, where Roman had a little bit of fear, had a little question about, okay, is he in my head? And I think that they really need to develop that storyline. And they went right back, right after the Roman Seth title match, they went right back to Roman Brock and building that storyline up. And while that's a great storyline, we've seen Roman Brock so many times. It's the third time that they main evented WrestleMania facing off against each other. This time, better because you have the Paul Heyman storyline, which you didn't have those other two times. So that is a new wrinkle to the Roman Brock story. But the Roman Seth story is something that I think WWE really needs to expand upon. And I would love to see them build that up to maybe a SummerSlam match now, where Seth is so good at playing mind games with his opponents. And he has that edge that just about no one else does in WWE because he has the Shield friendship with Roman. So if they can play off of that, then I think that WWE has pure gold.
I agree, and I'm all for it. I'm all for it to see an interesting storyline there. I'm not the biggest fan of how the company writes their storylines, and I'm looking forward to see what are they going to plan to do next with him now that he has both belts now.